Good morning, all. Myself, Dr. Shabnam Shah, Associate Professor, Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology, Faculty of Homeopathic Science, Jyoti. So today we will discuss about prolonged labor. So what is prolonged labor? So combined duration of the first and second stage of the labor is more than arbitrary time limit of 18 hours. So whenever the time limit is more than 18 hours of the first and second stage of labor, then it is labeled as a prolonged labor. So the first one is prolonged latent phase. Whenever the first stage of the labor, there are two phases. So the latent phase, whenever it is prolonged, when it exceeds 20 hours in primary and 14 hours in multi, then it will be termed as prolonged labor. Again, latent phase may be more than 14 hours in multi. The causes may be unripe cervix, malposition, malpresentation, CPD, premature rupture of membrane, induction of labor, early onset of regional anesthesia. Prolonged latent phase, it may not endanger the mother or fetus. Basically, we can by interference with certain medications, we can shorten this phase. So prolonged latent phase generally it might not have any crucial impact on mother or fetus. So causes of prolonged labor. First one is for in first stage there will be failure to dilate the cervix. So failure of dilatation of cervix is the first stage. So first one is what are the causes which may lead to failure to dilate the cervix. The first one is fault in power. Fault in power, there will be abnormal uterine contractions such as uterine inertia or incoordinate uterine actions that may lead to prolonged labor, prolonged first stage. Then fault in passage, like contracted pelvis, cervical dystocia, even full bladder might be there, or any tumor in the pelvis that may lead to first stage may be prolonged and there will be prolonged labor. Then fault in passenger. Fault in passenger means the fetus. So malposition, occipitoposterior position generally, malpresentation, congenital anomalies of the fetus. Generally hydrocephalus might be there that may lead to prolonged first stage of the labor, and again prolonged it may lead to prolonged labor overall. Then other causes means administrations of sedatives and analgesics during labor, before labor that may lead to sedation of the patient and no proper induction of the labor, no proper progress of the labor in the first stage. It may be late, delayed, or dilatation of cervix may be delayed. In the second stage of the labor, sluggish or non-descent of the presenting part is not descending properly, or it is descending very slowly. So what are the causes? The first one is fault in power, same like first stage uterine inertia, again inability to bear down, regional analgesia, again constriction ring, we have already seen constriction ring. Okay, so next one is fault in passage. So CPD, android pelvis, contracted pelvis. Again, undue resistance of pelvic floor or perineum due to spasm of old scarring. It may lead to fault in passage. Like basically pelvis. Fault in passage means pelvis. Whatever the problem is there, it is in pelvis. So there may be old scarring that may lead to, that may not allow the proper passage of the fetus. So soft pelvic tissue tumor, it might prevent, it might obstruct, the labor may not progress properly, so it may be prolonged. Again fault in passenger, like malposition. Passenger means in fetus, whenever there is malposition, malpresentation, whenever the baby is big or any congenital anomaly, hydrocephalus, that might lead to prolonged labor, generally second stage of the labor. So the we will see the disorders of the active phase of the labor. Protected active phase, that might be due to inadequate uterine contraction, cephalopelvic disproportion, malposition, malpresentation, renal, that is epidural anesthesia. Arrest disorder. Arrest disorder means arrest of dilatation. Arrest of dilatation is inefficient uterine contractions might be there, or proper contractions whenever not are not present, then the dilatation will not be proper, then the labor will be arrested. So active phase will be arrested. Then arrest of the descent means descent of the head of the fetus, and that is generally because of CPD, cerebral pelvic disproportion. In secondary, arrest commences normally, but it stops for 2 hours or more. Generally, labor starts, but it labor starts normally, but it gets arrested after 2 hours to the full dilatation, up to the end of the full dilatation of the cervix because of malpresentation, malposition, or CPD. In second stage, duration of the second stage will be normal, but in nullipara, normal is nullipara. In multipara, it will be 20 minutes. But in prolonged stage, nullipara, it may exceed to 2 hours. And in again multipara, it may exceed to 2 hours. 1 hour more is permitted in both the groups. When the regional anesthesia is used during labor, then 1 hour is permitted. So disorders of second stage. Protraction of descent is defined as descent of the presenting part is at less than 1 centimeter per hour in nullipara or less than 2 centimeter per hour in multipara. Arrest of descent, no change in the station over a period of 2 hours. What are the complications? So fetal complications, there might be fetal complications, there might be hypoxia, intrauterine infection, intracranial stress, hemorrhage, increased operative interference. What are the maternal? Maternal distress will be there to mother. Chorioamnionitis will be there. In distress, she will be for long duration. She will be predisposed to pain and to distress. Chorioamnionitis infection might be there as the labor is prolonged. PPH might be there. Trauma to the genital tract, concealed or revealed. Cervical tear, uterine rupture might be present. Increased operative interference, cesarean delivery might be usually there whenever the labor is prolonged. So chances of puerperal sepsis is much more, as for more time there will be placement dilatation, and chances of infection will be more. Subinvolution, there are chances of subinvolution. This is one of the reason for subinvolution. What is the treatment? Treatment part, first one is preventive aspect. So in prevention, antenatal or early internatal detection of the factors responsible for prolonged labor like big baby, small women, malpresentation or position. Small women, height, stature of the female will be short. Use of cartograph to detect whether the labor is prolonged, and proper interference at time so that maternal morbidity and mortality and neonatal mortality can be prevented. Selective and judicious augmentation of labor. Augmentation means progress of labor should be enhanced. That is augmentation of labor. Change of the posture in labor. So generally, change in the posture in labor other than supine posture is advised so that uterine contraction can be increased. Emotional support is given. Avoidance of dehydration. Dehydration should be prevented, and analgesia if at all patient is in severe pain. So actual management, in actual management, we will see what are the preliminaries. So careful evaluation should be done. Cause of prolonged labor should be find out, and what will be the effect on the mother, what will be the effect on the fetus. It should be seen and presumed, and so that the proper treatment will be given. In the first stage, if at all the proper uterine contractions are not there, then the drugs should be given, proper oxytocin should be given so that contraction should be induced. In the second stage, proper management is very important by reassuring the fetal health status. So fetal heart rate is continuously monitored, mother blood pressure and mother's pulse rate is continuously monitored. Generally, vaginal delivery, if at all is not possible, then cesarean is indicated. So this is all about prolonged labor. So whatever query if you are having, please mention in the comment box. Thank you. Thanks a lot.